My first encounter with the Changan CS55 Plus was during the Baguio Media Drive, where we got to experience the top-spec Changan CS55 Plus Luxe. Now what I have here is the mid-spec CS55 Plus Hype. And this, my friends, may just be the best variant in the local lineup. Now if you want to know why, stick around, because we're gonna find out. Let's do this. The value compact crossover segment has another hot new contender in the form of the Changan CS55 Plus. Just when we thought that we've already seen it all, the Changan CS55 Plus comes in with its futuristic good looks, as well as a bevy of tech and safety features that will make the competition blush. These high-tech features are usually reserved for the top-spec variants, but Changan Philippines decided to give most of it to this mid-spec hype trim at a friendlier price level. Coming in at 1,283,000 Philippine pesos, the mid-spec CS55 Plus Hype is nearly 100 grand lower than the top-spec Luxe, but still looks identical to the top-spec trim. So what exactly do we trade off for that 90,000 pesos savings? Let's find out. Here at Reagan's Rides, we do car reviews of SUVs, sports cars, trucks, and everything in between. So subscribe and hit the bell. Alright, the mid-spec hype trim. Now dude, in my opinion, I find that this mid-spec hype is the best variant of the local CS55 Plus lineup because you get practically all of the features of the top-spec Luxe trim except for some tiny itty-bitty things that they removed, which honestly you wouldn't even miss because they're not really essential. You see, the front fascia of the mid-spec hype is almost identical to the top-spec Luxe, except for the red accents here on the front bumper because the top-spec Luxe gets gold accents. Now, if you were to ask me, dude, I prefer these red accents here because they give this vehicle a sporty look. Now, the mid-spec hype also gets these full LED lighting units here, similar to the top-spec Luxe, although we do miss out on the auto high beam feature, which, to be perfectly honest, who the hell cares, right? I mean, we don't need that. At least I don't need it. Anyway, we also have this massive front grille here that still looks like the front grille of the Changan Uni-K. Now when you put it all together, well, we do have a front fascia here that, dude, I'm telling you, is truly a head turner. Here at the side, the mid-spec hype still gets power folding side mirrors with LED turn signals, plus those large 19-inch alloy wheels there. Now we also have the sporty red trim found here at the bottom of the doors, which continues on with its sporty theme. And when you look at this side profile, you'll see that the CS55 Plus Hype has a simple yet elegant look. Now behind the wheels of this vehicle, we get four-wheel disc brakes, and for the suspension, we also have a McPherson front suspension and an independent multi-link rear suspension. Now, the ground clearance of the CS55 Plus Hype stands at 171 millimeters, which tells us all that this, my friends, is a true city crossover. The rear spoiler gets a quirky design feature here. I mean, dude, check out that third brake light. Does it look futuristic to you? Yeah, sure, right? How about weird and quirky? You bet. Anyway, this futuristic-looking third brake light there goes quite well with a pair of fake exhaust pipes found on the rear bumper. Now, these are pretty cool because who doesn't want a pair of fake exhaust pipes on the rear bumpers anyway? I mean, yeah, raise your hands.
Emotional damage!
Anyway, guys, at least we have these nice-looking LED taillights here. Now, when you pop open the liftgate of this mid-spec hype trim, you'll see one of the differences between this and the top-spec Luxe. You see, the top-spec Luxe gets a power liftgate, while the mid-spec Hype has to make do with a manual liftgate here. Now, having a power liftgate is great to have, but it's not really a deal breaker by any means. Now, when you check out the cargo area here, you'll see that the mid-spec Hype gets the same 475 liters of cargo space here, which is a healthy amount of space, which can expand to over 1,400 liters when you put the back seat down. All variants of the CS55 Plus here in the Philippines gets the same engine and transmission combo, which is a 1.5-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged gasoline motor that puts out 185 horsepower and 300 Newton meters of torque. Now, the power is sent to the front wheels via a 7-speed wet-type dual-clutch transmission. Now, dude, this is the most powerful engine in its class today, which means that it can easily go up to Baguio. Now, if you need video proof of that, well, you can always click my link here or here. Anyway, it's up there, okay? The cockpit of the mid-spec CS55 Plus Hype is nearly identical to the top-spec Luxe, except for a few bits and pieces that you wouldn't really miss. For example, the front passenger seat of this mid-spec Hype is not power adjustable, which is not really a big issue for me. And we also lose that wireless charging pad there found in the top-spec Luxe. No big deal, guys. And the Hype also loses the remote engine start system. Again, who really cares? I mean, dude, I don't even use that. I mean, at least me, I don't use that. Now, the rest of the omissions here can be found in the safety features, which, as you're seeing on your screen, means that the mid-spec Hype loses the lane keep assist system. We also lose the traffic jam assist, and we also lose the pedestrian detection for the emergency braking. I mean, honestly, guys, I can live without those for the 90,000 savings that I'm getting for this mid-spec variant. Now, aside from that, the cockpit is as comfortable and as tech-forward as the top-spec Luxe trim. Now, the seats here are leather, as well as this gorgeous-looking steering wheel here that is truly inspired by some Peugeot models. Now, since we have a double flat top and bottom steering wheel here, that means that the digital gauge cluster can only be viewed on the top of the steering wheel, which I find to be truly ergonomic and so natural, well, at least for me. Now, this digital gauge cluster here goes quite well with a 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment system that comes with Apple CarPlay and MirrorLink for Android users. Now, there's also a 360-degree view camera image here. And yeah, aside from that, dude, when you look at the cabin materials of this mid-spec CS55 Plus Hype, you'll see that the switch gear are still made of metal, and it goes quite well with soft touch materials that are covering the dashboard, the door cards, and yeah, the sides of the center tunnel here, which gives this cabin a truly upscale feel. The back seat of the CS55 Plus Hype is spacious and comfortable, as we got to test out when we took this baby up to Baguio. Well, we did take up the top-spec Luxe, not the Hype, but you know what I mean. I mean, we were able to fit two large Asian dudes here at the back with ample room to spare. Now, the seats are also mighty soft and comfortable, and it has a nice spacious feel here because of that panoramic sunroof. Now, when it comes to amenities, well, this back seat area is also well equipped because we've got a rear AC vent here plus a pair of USB charge ports. Of the three variants of the Changan CS55 Plus in the Philippines, this mid-spec Hype trim truly provides the best bang for your buck. It is well equipped to a point that it can even go head-to-head against the top-spec trims of other value crossovers in the segment. With so much value put into this Hype trim,
One would even wonder if the top-spec Luxe is worth the added 90K. Well, if your budget will allow, then why not? But for those who want to conserve some of their hard-earned pesos, opting for this mid-spec hype trim will not leave you wanting for more. Thanks for watching.